So we are going to get started on Wit and Wisdom. And if you remember last week, we were comparing sources. So we know that sources are different places that you find information out. And so we have looked in our book, Feel the Wind. We have looked in an internet article. And today we're actually going to look in another book. And we're going to try to answer that question. What do hurricanes do? What do winds do in a hurricane? Okay, so what we're going to talk about is we are going to compare two different books today. So I'm going to read Feel the Wind, and I want you to help me to jot down some things that we learned about hurricane winds, okay? So, storms, like hurricanes, bring the strongest winds of all. Storm winds may be very fast, more than 100 miles an hour. That's about twice as fast as cars go on the highway. These winds are strong enough to knock down trees. Now, I want you to think, what did we learn? What information from our book did we learn about hurricanes or winds during a hurricane? We said that the winds can be really strong, right? Winds can be really strong. Winds can be strong. And do you remember how fast it said they could blow? Yep. They can blow 100 miles per hour. So we have winds can be strong. They can blow 100 miles per hour. What else? What can they do to things? They can knock down stuff, right? Like trees and fences and stuff like that. So they can knock down trees. Good job. What else? Can they damage other things? They can cause lots of damage, right? Those winds can cause lots of damage. I like how you all are thinking about those things that we read. Cause lots of damage. Now, let's do something a little different. I am actually going to read to you a book, but I'm going to turn you around so you can listen to the book, okay? So, our book is from a website, and the name of the book is It's a Hurricane. So, I am going to turn you around so you can see my book. Are you ready? Here we go. Hurricanes. Rain falls along the coast. Trees bend from the swirling winds. A hurricane is coming. Over here is a caption that goes with the picture, and it says, "A hurricane is a giant spinning storm. It has heavy rains and strong winds." Winds whip up the ocean water. Crash! Waves smash onto the beach. Hurricanes are also called typhoons or cyclones. Hurricanes form over the ocean. Sometimes they move to the coast. The coast is where we talk about the beach. On land, hurricanes are dangerous. Hurricanes are huge. They can be up to 1,000 miles across. So the hurricane forms in the ocean. It's like a huge circle in the ocean, whipping up the water, and the wind whips the water, and it moves toward the coast. A hurricane's winds knock over trees. They blast out windows. They blow roofs off houses. Hurricane winds can blow more than 150 miles per hour. Hurricane winds push walls of ocean water onto the land. This is called a storm surge. Hurricane rains and storm surges cause floods. This is flooding. These are houses. And this is how much water. This dog is sitting on the roof of a house. Storm surges can be more than 20 feet high. Water from floods covers streets. Rushing water may get into homes. Sometimes people get trapped by the water. Rescue workers try to save people who are trapped by the floods. If you'll notice the people that are on the house, they're being rescued. Hurricanes often take days to reach land. This gives people time to get to a safe place. These are all sorts of cars lined up trying to get out of the area where the hurricane is coming. If a hurricane hits, stay inside. Keep far away from windows. Then broken glass won't hit you. Some people board up windows before a hurricane hits. This helps keep winds and flying objects from breaking the glass. Here these people are putting wood over their windows. Hurricanes often destroy homes and towns. People work hard to rebuild them after the storm. It can take years to fix damage caused by a hurricane. Here's some hurricane facts. Hurricanes spin in a circle. The center of the circle is called the eye. Most hurricanes that hit the United States occur in the southeastern part, down here near Florida. Hurricanes are given names. Some hurricanes that have hit the United States were named Andrew, Rita, and Katrina. Hurricane winds and storm surges can knock out power lines and electricity. If you live in an area where hurricanes occur, you need to keep flashlights, blankets, bottled water, and food on hand. So, we just learned a whole lot about hurricanes. Now, our job is to come up with some facts that you learned. So, let's think. What are some things that we learned about a hurricane from our news source of information? Did you hear that it had soft winds or strong winds? Strong winds, very good. It has strong winds. So that sounds like what we heard in our book, Feel the Wind, right? What else? Where do those hurricanes form? Where do they start? In the water, right? So those winds are whipping up the water, right? These winds whip up water. And whip just means brings them up. Okay? What else? Think about those pictures that we saw. So what do those hurricane winds cause? They cause lots and lots of damage, right? Those hurricanes cause damage. What kind of damage? Do you remember? It can knock down the trees. It can blow off the roofs. It can break the glass, right? Excellent job. Knock down trees. Break glass. Blow roofs off. Awesome job. Do you remember how fast it said the hurricane winds could go in this one? 155 miles an hour, right? 155 miles an hour can blow up to 155 miles per hour. Man, look at all that information that we learned from two sources about hurricane winds, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use the information we got from our book, Feel the Wind, the information from the website. Remember that I read last week the article on the website about hurricanes. And then we're also going to use our information from our new book. And we're going to have three sources of information that tell us about hurricanes and hurricane winds. And we are going to use that to write what we have learned, how a hurricane or how winds can cause hurricanes. So today, our job was to look closely at the information from 2 different sources. So we did research. We used 2 different sources to come up with our information to use next time and find things that are similar, find things that are different, and then we're going to use that information to write about.